Right, we've got a quick analysis on GJ, and I would like to do a pre-market weekly open. So, well, let me start with GJ, of course. So, I'd like to look on the weekly first. Last week was really bullish, and well, the market has actually opened, but it's it's a few seconds after the open. So you can see how last week was really bullish, and we are aiming for these highs at least to be taken out, because you can see we have some nice eco highs here after this great shift. So let me just use the daily now. So the daily is extremely bullish. You can see we are creating higher highs and higher lows, higher high, higher low, higher high, low, higher high, and you can see that we opened right here, which means we are in some kind of what I call it, a fair value gap. I mean, sorry, what a block. So I'm anticipating a push to these highs at least, and a continuous push until we reach there. And going back on the weekly, by the way, on the monthly, you can see how June was really bullish, and since this kind of closed above here, this might be a confirmation that we are really bullish, and we might even continue to the upside. Without forgetting that there's an ongoing war which will very affect the markets, and as per the few days, it was a bullish reaction. So we might have a bullish reaction and continuous push to the upside. So first off, I'd like to go in the 4-hour now. So 4-hour, you can see we are about to drop into this auto block. That's what I want. So you can see here we dropped into a good fair value gap, and we might also react on this fair value gap as well. Okay, we have this huge gap on the 4-hour, but since it's huge, I'd like to crush it into smaller parts, at least on the 3-hour or the 2-hour. So yeah, maybe on the 2-hour it will be more clean. So you can see this 2-hour fair value gap here. So what I'd like to see is nice drop, takes out these lows, and then continue to the upside like this. Right, so this is on the 2-hour time frame. Okay, and basically I would be looking for entries on the 5-minute, 15-minute, or the 5-minute. So we might fill this gap, but overall I think the weekly is going to drop, and then have a continuous push on the 1-hour. Well, it doesn't look bad, and I think the push will totally show up. Okay, so I think that was all for GJ. We're still bullish basically. Now on the NAS 100, let's first finish Forex though. So on the weekly, I have another analysis, but I'll be back in a minute. Right, so on EU, going back on the weekly time frame, I'd like to remove these drawings first. And so you have a really big gap inside here between the close and the open of the week, so we might feel it obviously, but it might happen during the Asian range. So the weekly is really bullish, and we've reached a high that we've never reached since 2021. And yeah, that's basically it. We might have some liquidity targets in here, such as weekly highs, and let's see if we can get them fully on screen. So we have this high is the next target, because obviously this one has been taken out, so this will be the next weekly target on the high. And on the weekly, you can see that we are extremely bullish, so this is the target. And going on the daily, well, it might be possible to have a retracement into another block, some kind of fair value gap, so that we can create a higher low and then a continuous push to this high. I'm going to the 4 hour. 4 hour is creating higher highs and higher lows, so you can see like here we reacted off of this nice nice order block, this last down close candle, and as we reacted to it, I think we created a nice sweep of the low. You can see we swept this low really nicely here, and we also swept this one in this block, or this one. What does it look on the 2 hour time frame? In this block we also took out these lows and then pushed higher, so you can see that we're obviously going to fly after this. So in the 30-minute we took out this low, and we'll shift structure right here and have a potential continuous push if we haven't shifted structure internally. But I think this is a crucial high. This is a high as well, so we might get a small retracement in the market and then continue to push to the upside, because you can see we're starting to drop. Market is really volatile and this opens. Anyways, what I want to see here, this is a 4 hour order block, is yeah, a retracement to this inversion here, and then a fly to the upside. Let's keep this short, let's not take long. Look at this inversion here. Let me make it orange. It's an inversion, so I want something like this. So we drop to the inversion, take out this high, drop a little bit, then continuous pushes. Right, now I'd like to go to the next pair. Actually, it's almost the same thing. And on the 4 hour, the next order block is resting here, but I don't think we'll push until we reach there. It might not be possible to reach there, but yeah, we took out this high from January 2022, and 2021's high is here, so this will be our next liquidity target in the weekly. This high here. On the 1 hour, sorry, daily, you can see that we're extremely bullish from this reaction. Took out the lows and then we flew, sorry, and we got some, so I expect a retracement into a POI, then a nice push. And how does it 4 hour look at this? So the only order block we have on the 4 hour is this one. Is the only potential drop we might expect into this order block, and then the push. But since GU goes hand in hand with EU, it might not even reach here, but instead reach the OTE of this move and then fly. So it's just the same analysis that we have. Just want to drop inside here, or even reach this order block, as long as we find a sweep in these areas and find a way to position ourselves in the lower section of the candle, and then a huge push. So GJ, EU, GU is done. So I think we can do maybe CHF JPY as well, and then go to futures. So CHF JPY, this was some like hindsight back testing. Like I was saying, how market provided really nice opportunities this last week, but yeah, it's also bullish by the looks. I think this is also its all-time high. Yep, it's a very nice all-time high. Yeah, so we're also at the all-time high of CHF JPY. Now I'd like to go on the daily, which means that obviously we're bullish, and we had this gap here created at the open. You can see we filled it by this candle on the daily, and basically we have this next liquidity target and this one resting there on the 4 hour. Our next target will be this order block. Next way to push higher would be this order block, this one here, nice for HLB. So we'll wait for the retracement to the OB in the push. Going to the 1 hour. Yeah, this is what we will be waiting for. So we might take out a low here, considering we also have some relatively equal lows. So we want just wait for what will happen. And if we have this movement, it's also possible that we can take trade in this movement if we have a nice sweep from for like on a high and then drop. We can take an opportunity in that drop. So this is how CHFJPY will react on the week. So for the futures, I'll look on NAS 100, and yeah, I think I'll look on NAS 100 only because it's the same thing on NAS and S&P 500. So first off, weekly, extremely bullish, all-time high achieved, took out after this huge dump. We took out these relatively equal highs. Now I'd like to on the 4 hour. I mean the daily, sorry. Yep. So the daily is really bullish. You can see that there's no bearish day we've had so far, which means that we might have a potential retracement. I think, like, since we're bullish, the only things we should expect for the market is a retracement, then a push higher, retracement, then a push higher. So Friday we have an FP, I think. The Friday, do we have an FP? Let's see if it's on the news. So weekly, this week, apply settings. So Friday, Friday will be July 11th. Oh yeah, I clicked next week. I meant this week. So let's apply settings. This week, Friday, there will be bank holiday, July 4th. So an FP might happen on Wednesday, because you can see the non-farm employment change on Thursday, and we have some news on Tuesday as well, and on Monday. So Fridays are no trade day. It's like a bank holiday. It's a bank holiday, so there might not be some strong setups presented. All right, now we're on the 4 hour. We have a really nice push to the upside, so I'd expect a retracement to a PY and then a push, because you can see market hasn't opened yet, but it did also open very volatile, because if it were to open really volatile, it can even open in these lower areas and take out this side liquidity resting there. So I'm still in for buys. The only thing we have here is a 4 hour, nice 4 hour fair value gap there. So yeah, this week we're extremely bullish, just looking for buys.